On the banks of the Kalka River, thousands of Rus were killed by the Mongols. The hunters had become the hunted. But in the years leading up to this Mongol raid in the west, Genghis Khan had been focusing his attacks on the east and the Qin dynasty of northern China. Controlling wealthy lands and trade routes, Qin cities overflowed with riches. In 1210, the Qin's new ruler, seeing Genghis Khan as a threat, demanded that he swear loyalty to him. Genghis Khan refused. To the Qin, this defiance was a declaration of war. The Qin had a huge army, and their territory was protected by vast fortifications, known today as the Great Wall. The Mongols had never faced a more formidable enemy. Genghis Khan knew the only way to defeat the Qin would be to take their heavily defended capital city, Zhengdu, on the other side of the Great Wall. Genghis Khan would be committing his people to a long, hard war. Would the rewards be worth the cost? For answers, he looked to the gods. Climbing a sacred mountain, he prayed to the eternal sky. After 4 days, he received his answer. The Mongols would be victorious. With divine reassurance, the Mongol army set out across the steppe. They must break through the Great Wall to destroy the Qin dynasty and further expand the Mongol Empire.
Greetings to you all, and welcome back to Let's Play Age of Empires 4. Now, you remember back in the French campaign when we were worried about our pronunciation of certain words? We didn't want to let people down? Yeah. Welcome to Zhangjiakou. Zhangjiakou? The Great Wall of China. Let's begin. Hey, we've gone back in time.
The Qin fortress of Zhangjiakou blocked Genghis Khan's path to the Great Wall.
At least we know how to say it now. Not going to attempt it, but we know how.
Seeing the strength of the defenses at the front of the fortress, Genghis Khan dispatched his scouts to seek out an alternate approach. Mongol warfare relied heavily on the mobility of mounted scouts. They could travel at high speed, explore the terrain, and gather information on enemy weaknesses.
Yeah, we ain't going through there. That being said, I wonder if the Mongols have anything in the way of siege. I can't imagine them using a trebuchet to siege a fortification, but I don't know, I'm no historian.
Discovering a hidden path above the Qin fortress.
How did they miss this? It wasn't exactly hidden. Look, there's a track. It's like people have been here and walked this path before.
The Qin had deployed patrols on the mountain above their fortress.
Okay, they do know about
but the
it.
Mongol scouts, although isolated from their army,
Wolves?
had the advantage of speed.
A wolf pack? Did that just say bitey infantry? Hold on, hold on. Was the classification of wolf bitey infantry? Or am I seeing things? No, I was right. Bitey infantry. They provide no food to gather, only death. Alright. I'm gonna watch out for those bitey infantry. They're pretty tough. In case you're in any doubt, no, when you play as the Chinese, you cannot produce wolves. They just exist within the world, and you can harvest them for food. Is harvest the right word? Hunt. Hunt is probably the right word. Alright, what have we got? So obviously being a scout I have superior mobility to these infantry. But also worth noting is I have vastly superior sight range. Now I know I'm playing against a computer, so that doesn't really mean very much. But against a human player, it's likely these scouts wouldn't have even seen me. If I sort of stand here, I can see them. They can't see me.
Discovered an embankment
They just can't see that far.
leading to the back of the fortress. Here they found far fewer Qin defenses than at the front. Learning of the weak defenses at the back of the fortress, Genghis Khan saw his opportunity to attack. The Mongols began their ride to battle.
What's happened to those patrols and the bitey infantry?
If the Mongols took the fortress, they could freely advance on the Great Wall.
I noticed the voiceover lady has also given up trying to pronounce this place and has reduced it to the fortress. I shall do the same. By the way, I put my scouts in the stealth forests, so they can't be seen, even if people walk near them. I'd have to actually walk in the forest. Why are you injured? Did you kill your bitey infantry? Get a bit of a scrap. Maybe over dinner time, something like that. Never mind, here they are. Good fight, lads. I assume I have Genghis himself. Oh, yes. 8 damage. What a champ. He's using a bow, though. What's your average one do? 8 damage. Okay, he's worthless. He's got 4 times the HP, but that's it. I expected better. I didn't need to take this damage. I could have just manga died my way through these, but whatever. There's so few, who even cares? Yeah, maybe I'll manga die these ones. Just to prove a point. There we go. Okay, 2 individual control groups, one for the Mangadai, one for not. And then control group 3 is all of the army. Optimal levels of control. See, we're improving as gamers. Kind of. I'm just going to overrun this. Nothing fancy. We'll use a move speed boost as well. Not that's going to do anything. Honestly, why build a massive stone wall at the front of your base and then just call it a day? They knew about this path. They had patrols up here.
The Mongols burned the enemy building, claiming valuable spoils from the ruins.
I feel like you could claim spoils from the buildings without burning them down, but I'm no expert. Just welcome. This is a ability of the Mongols, and the Mongols only. Oh, they have a keep. Do you mind? I let you live, and this is how you repay me? Fortunately, no one thought to get in the keep, so it's helpful for our cause. Oh, my scouts. You guys, burn down that house. So an ability of the Mongols, every time you set fire to a building, not destroy. Every time it enters the burning state,
The Mongols sacked the fortress
you get some
of
resources.
Changshapu, ensuring that they would not be attacked from behind as they advanced on the Great Wall.
If you watch my resources down here, you'll see.
With the Qin fortress
Watch,
posing
watch.
no further threat, Genghis
See?
Khan called on his people to bring in their mobile camp. Next, the Mongols needed a base close to the Great Wall. They targeted the Qin village of Yangcheng.
Rather fortunate that all of these frontal towers just combusted randomly. Is that historically accurate? Welcome, you see I've got some interesting new units. I'll explain what those are momentarily. I'm not going to stop burning this place. It's my life now, I'm getting paid for this. To allow me to explain the main mechanic of the Mongols, besides lots of horses. These are buildings. The Mongols have mobile buildings. You can deploy them, you can pack them up again. They're pretty much the normal buildings that you're used to. I'll explain what each of these do momentarily. Yeah, that's it, burn that field. But as you can see, the Mongol town, you can pack it up, you can relocate it. They're a nomadic people. That's their gimmick from a gameplay point of view. And it's probably historically accurate. I know the game likes to do that kind of thing. But there we have it. So, with that in mind, let's explain our buildings. First thing to note, we don't have any houses as the Mongols. They just always have 200 maximum supply, which is a nice benefit. Secondly, this is a town centre, same as any other. This is a pasture. This is the Mongolian version of a farm. So whereas the rest of the world were farming wheat, the Mongols were breeding sheep. The pasture will generate one sheep every 1 minute 30. Yep. And then you just harvest it like a regular sheep. But we don't get farms. As you can see, no farms, we get pastures instead. That's our infinite food supply. This is a gur. A gur is a mill, lumber camp, and mining camp all rolled into one. It is a multi-purpose resource mining location, drop-off location. You can return anything you like to it. Very useful. They're more expensive than the individual ones, so they usually cost 75, I believe. But this costs 100, but it's multi-purpose, so sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Here, it's basically only serving to collect wood, so it's not that great. But you know, sometimes it can do wood and gold at the same time, and you're saving money. Very nice. This is a barracks, it makes units. See? Anything else we need to say? Ah yes, the Mongolians cannot, for whatever reason, I don't know, but they cannot mine stone. They're not allowed. Now you see I built something over the stone, but they just can't do it. If I didn't build this thing and just clicked on this rock, it would refuse. They'd just stand there and look at it. Instead, they must produce the sacred uvu. The uvu will automatically mine stone.
Nearby Qin villages began sending attacks, hoping to weaken Genghis Khan's army.
So the sacred uvu does two things. One, it automatically mines stone, as you can see the little plus numbers appearing above my head there. But it also boosts the production of anything within the influence range, that's one tile around the sacred uvu. So at the moment my town centre is boosted. What does boosted mean? It means I can do its normal functions over here, which is just villagers and scouts, or I can expend stone for a boosted function over here. And for the town centre, that means I can spend 200 stone to produce 2 villagers at a time. Just once. I click that button, I get 2 villagers for 50 food, 200 stone. So I'm basically spending 200 stone for a villager. But they build it simultaneously. So you save a bit of time, and you save a bit of food at the cost of some stone. Not fantastic. But there are more interesting things you can do. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a gur next to the sacred uvu. The gur has all of your typical upgrades that you would expect. You know, there's wheelbarrow that makes people carry more, there's the thing that lets you chop down trees faster, the hunting upgrades, and then the resource gathering upgrades. All the normal stuff. Excuse me, my explanation has been rudely interrupted here. You guys don't fancy it? Nice, lovely. But if a gur is in the range of the sacred uvu, not only do you get your normal upgrades, you get boosted upgrades at the expenditure of stone, of course. Some of these are really good, some of these are not very impressive at all. Generally, they're all worth getting if you can afford it. And I'd like to demonstrate them to you, but I'm not allowed at the moment. Don't know why the Chinese are so angry, just because I started slaughtering their forward camps. Honestly, and apparently I own this wall now. Sorry if this is a lot of explanation, but the Mongols are a bit different from well, all of the other races, really. Anyway, let's examine the difference here. So this lets you double the rate at which you chop down trees. This makes you chop down trees in a single strike. This increases your capacity by 5 and speed by 15. If you get this, it's capacity by 7 and speed by 15. So you see slightly better upgrades. This is gather rate by 10, this is gather rate by 15. So you get slightly improved upgrades in everything, really. A pasture in range of the sacred uvu produces sheep at twice the speed. A barracks in range of the sacred uvu. You can actually see what it does. You see over here this thing I can't click on? This is what it would do if it were in range of the uvu. So it would let me double produce spearmen at a cost of stone. Everything that's... The added benefits are always at a cost of stone. That's the gimmick with the uvu. So certain structures are very, very good to put next to the uvu, like the blacksmith, because then you can get better upgrades. Okay, explanation complete. Let's take up. Landmarks, what do we want? Do we want a market? Probably. Does the market get any benefits for being next to the uvu? I'm not sure. Maybe it can double build traders. That's probably what it does. What was those scouts I had? Are they gone? Scouts? Yeah, they're gone. I spent so long explaining and not long enough producing. That's my mistake. It's alright, it's back to business now. We only need to do this once, you see. Once we understand how the race works. What should I call these? Races? Factions? I think race is accurate, isn't it? Okay, the Sacred Uvu bonus of the Silver Tree is double producing donkeys, which is not great because I don't see a neutral market to trade with, so I'm actually gonna put that over here, out the way. I want it to be able to sell off my wood for food and the like. Now we can get some important upgrades, and we can build stuff I actually care about being in range of the Sacred Uvu, like the blacksmith. I'm going to get the archery range in range as well, because there will be some upgrades, and I'd like to boost them. I'm also going to get a stables. One interesting thing, you know that I like to rebuild my lumber camps as I go deeper in? Oh, damn you people. Every time I try to explain. Or we're going over here. As I was going to say, a nice thing is that the Gur can pick up and move forwards when the time is right, without having to build a new one. But fine, we'll have it your way. Let's start getting some boosted harvesting upgrades. Oh, there's a gold here as well. We'll get double duty going on this Gur. Start to actually get some villagers. Start to get boosted upgrades. Yep, see melee damage increased by 2 instead of 1. That is a massive difference. Archery range is just double archers, that's not very exciting. And this is just double units, so that is quite exciting. Any double Mangodai is exciting, right? Because Mangodai are exciting in their own right. Get me some of those. We'll just go for a nice hybrid army, I think. We'll get a bit of everything. How does that sound? We'll sell some of this. We don't really have a use for the gold, do we? Besides upgrades. Oh, Mangodai need it. Okay, and I could get some knights to tank for the team. Probably worth it. Build another couple of pastures just to make sure we don't run out ever. Alright, boost by wheelbarrow. It's my favourite upgrade. If I'm going to boost something, it may as well be my favourite one. Now the ability to build siege in the field. You might be wondering, how does that get boosted? What does that even mean? Well, by... What do I say, a red dot? Oh, excuse me. Free resources. Well, by default this upgrades that you build siege towers and battering rams, but if you get the boosted upgrade, you can build mangonels and springalds and trebuchets in the field. That is good. That's really good. We want that. Need more stone. There's no way to speed up my gaining of stone. I just have to wait it out. No, wait, don't do that. It's a waste of time. Food is my limiting factor here. Actually gonna build a scout next time it's available. Let me sell some wood. And then buy some food. Just the one scout, I don't need double scout. I'm not wasting my stone on that. My better things to waste my stone on. Like that. Another interesting thing about the Mongols, they can't build walls. Which is odd, but I guess it fits their nomadic lifestyle. They don't stay in one place for too long, so... I guess they don't need walls. It seems a bit wrong to say they don't know how to make walls, but that's the implication. Not going to pack up this Gur because we're close to the gold. Right, scout. Let's see if we can stop these raids. in the meantime, someone's not very happy there. In the meantime, I'm going to get some more archery ranges for Mangadai. And I'm going to get a couple more barracks for Spearmen. Off we go. What kind of defences do you have at these places then? That's just a village. Okay, okay. Was that all spearmen? Or was that archers at the back? That was archers at the back. There's no more upgrades to get, are there? I mean, sure. In which case my stone's going to go on double building Mangadai from now on. Right, raiding party is established. And whilst we raid, we build. Should make sure I make a few lancers, because I don't have men-at-arms to tank for the team. I do need something with heavy armor at the front. Lancers are going to be my best bet. And I keep getting caught up in building Mangadai. So the lancers are suffering a little bit. Get used to seeing me do this with the Mangadai. Seriously though, as a spearman, what are you supposed to do against this? You literally have no recourse. You're just done for. This is an attacking force. I suppose this was an attacking force, is more accurate. Alright, let's try this again. The food going, how are the sheep supplies? Looks like we got a good number of sheep. I absolutely want to make sure I don't run out of sheep, so let me build one or two here inside the Sacred Uvu influence range. Why can't I build my mangonels? I should be able to build them. I think the level's restricting me because maybe historically we didn't have mangonels. Or maybe because it's level 2 they feel like I shouldn't get access to mangonels. But I do have the research for it. I'm a little disappointed I can't build them. Can build rams though, if we come up against any kind of actual defense. I just fight them. With our attack speed buff, we should be fine. See, this is the problem of not having lancers. Everything is weak to archers in this group. I mean, archers aren't weak to archers specifically, but they don't fare that well either. I just need something that's a bit armored. So we'll get some double build lancers on the go. Seems I start with incendiary arrows, which is going to speed this up, otherwise I'd be building rams. Setting fire, still giving me resources, and then I can just let it burn down, save time. I believe in you guys. Led by the scout. Why did we never build this? If this is the western village, then what's this?
By destroying the Qin
Oh,
village,
Jin.
the Mongols
No,
had
wait.
stopped the attacks from its garrison.
This must be the southern village, I suppose. But I'm guessing that weakens the constant forces that have been coming for me. Take that farmland. Yeah, honestly, I'm just going to build a new gur. Also, I think I'm going to build another one of these. Another one of those. And in my mind, I keep thinking that the horse archers come from the archery range, which is why I keep building archery ranges, but that's not right. They come from the stables. Horses outrank bow. No wonder my production queue is getting clogged, because I want lancers and mangadai, and I only have one stables. That's my mistake. Didn't I cancel this? Alright, this ought to help. Perfect, 50 all resources. Right here, what are you doing? Just surveying the lands. You on break? Get some of those. Get some of those. Wait for these to finish building before I order those. You don't get resources for burning farms, I don't think. And maybe you do, but that wouldn't make much sense to me. I don't see how you get gold out of burning wheat. I've got an infinite money making source if that does work. Right, give me some lancers. Give me some lancers. Give me some double built mangadai. Perfect. I believe in you guys. The archers will never get through the tower. As long as the spearmen are dead, because they have the torches. Nice little slide I saw them do there. Good heavens. Sometimes you want to forget the formation and just run for it, lads. Genghis, go take some fire. Sorry, Genghis, my mistake. Out of gold, very well. You guys can have some pastures as well then, I guess. There you go, that'll keep you busy forever. Can you stop? We're just trying to regroup. Kind of tempted just to attack the main village, but... Is that a mistake? No, it's not a mistake. We're going for the main village. Screw it. Your poxy little attacks are nothing. I say main village, I should be saying Yanxing. That's my attempt. I'm sticking with it. Okay, everyone has stuff to build, including you chaps. I'm going to assume I need these ahead of time. I think that's a pretty safe bet. May only be wooden walls, but still, walls are walls. Guys, don't just build one pasture and then give up. I know what happened. They built a pasture which automatically comes with the sheep, harvested the sheep, and then it ran out of meat. But they betrayed my instructions to build the rest of the pastures. That's what upsets me. Guess there's some archers here then. I said, lead the charge. Scouting rams. See, the rams are going to pay for themselves. Well, not quite, they're very expensive, but they're going to be somewhat useful. A nice thing about attacking towers with rams, because the rams come into range first, the tower locks onto the rams, and in this game you can't retarget where your towers are aiming. It's kind of strange. This is not as well defended as I thought it would be. In fact, I dare say this is less defended than the side towns. Alright, men, in we go. I'm not even going to wait for the Khan's ability, I'm just going in. Okay, you got quite a lot of units, I suppose. Ooh. Oh wait, that's a market. I thought it was a town centre. If you'll excuse me. Out my way. Okay, don't pivot. Yeah, I feel like you over-prepare for some of these missions. It's that whole once bitten, twice shy thing. Because we've had disasters in the past, now I over-prepare for everything. And then when the attack comes, I just steamroll everything. What's going on here? It's a big mountain. Why is it? It's kind of revealed. I suppose this makes sense. China was so confident in the Great Wall, never being able to be overcome, that you don't need much defense inside, behind the wall. So when someone does get around the wall, there's nothing here. No, the sacred Uvu! I get the feeling that the sacred Uvu is in some way religious to the Mongol people, but I don't know the history behind that.
Yanchong fell to the Mongols, and nothing
Chong?
now stood
How's that
between
Chong?
Genghis Khan and the Great Wall.
It's clearly Qing. Oh, we're not inside the Great Wall yet. This is the minor frontal wall.
Head on at the Great Mountain Pass at Juyong.
I still don't care for your side towns. I'm going in. Move with the people, Gur.
In order for Genghis Khan's assault to go as planned, he would need to move his base closer to the Great Wall.
Would he?
Fortunately, the Mongols specialized in the construction of mobile camps and could easily pack their holdings and move to a new location.
It's not as easy as you think. Interesting that it teaches me this now. Didn't I not already unpack my base here? Also, the game does not acknowledge that I've already built battering rams. This doesn't look like the main road anymore. This is the closest thing I've got. It's up on the high ground. How do I get up here? Ooh. Well, that helps me understand how I get up there, I suppose. Are you flanking me? But I am the flanker. Get out of my control group, man. God loves a trier. Those archers got a perfect surround on you. They did. I doff my cap to that. That's impressive. We're gonna need reinforcements, men. We're not getting through here. Just kill what you can for now. Good lord, I'm getting outmaneuvered. Retreat, men, retreat. I'll use my move speed buff in a second. Heavens, that didn't go well. Quick, I need you to build rams before we run out of population supply. Just I don't know, do something, people. You don't care which one you build, just build one. Get to enjoy some of that Mongolian throat singing. I think that's what that's called. Lovely stuff. I could get inside the rams, but firstly, horses, and secondly, they have a lot of spearmen to burn them down, so it's not going to achieve much. Just going to move my rally point forward a little bit. Should help. You guys want to get inside for a second? I'll return you to work in a moment. I don't mind if I lose some villagers here. It's not a big deal. We have enough food. Alright, attempt number 2. Gold supplies have actually run out. That's fine though, we'll just convert food into whatever we need. should this attack fail. I'd like to think this attack can win by itself. Why is there a mining camp over there? It's quite an imposing army, 123 units plus 4 rams. We did break down 1 tower in our last attack, that's progress. If the rams take some fire here, that's actually pretty good for me. Anything that keeps fire off my army is good. Rams, if you please. Not sure the rams are actually going to be able to get onto this gate. Damn, I wish I could build those mangonels. Could you imagine? Ooh, that would be a thing of beauty. Looking forward to doing this as well. Excuse me, guys. Come on. You've got to be kind here. You've got to let everyone have a go. That's the famous Mongolian army that consisted of nothing but infantry-based archers. I remember.
The warriors
We're going in.
stormed the Great Wall. The formidable barricade, thought insurmountable, finally bent to the will of Genghis Khan.
We hear you have a keep. Excuse me. I'm looking for it. Aha, I found it. Curses fire, my one weakness. It's alright, we can rebuild the rams. What matters is that we win the fight. Which we probably won't. We might do, it's not that unwinnable. Shuganu. They're rapid firing crossbows, I think. So the answer to win this is just to bring the next army. They're on their way. Because it's wood. We'll buy some wood. And from the stables, spent all of my gold, damn it. Okay. Slowly does it. We'll get some resources by burning these. What does a ram cost? 350. This fight might not look too great for me, but I have constant reinforcements coming here, so the spearmen and archers will be able to handle it. I've got loads of those building. And the tower is basically impenetrable. Now, let's begin. What if the attack speed buff affects rams? Not sure how that works mechanically. This is fine because the only thing that can stop the rams is attacking me. The battle is won, I think. Oh, maybe not, actually. The fort seems to be armed by a cannon or some form of gunpowder. I can hear shots going off. And that is doing quite well against the ram. Yes, there's a rifle of some kind. Makes sense that the Chinese would have gunpowder, I suppose, but at this point in time? 1200? Alright, so long as this thing catches fire, it's done for. There's no one here to repair it. So I don't mind throwing away my whole army. Oh, right, there's these guys. Well, I proved my point that I could do it with that small detachment. Good news, Genghis. We're here and we're ready to serve. What would you ask of us? We shall party with you.
The great keep at Juyong Pass burned to the ground, giving the Mongols a secure route into the heart of Qin territory. As pillars of smoke billowed from the mountain pass, Genghis Khan charged forward into new lands and on to his ultimate goal, the wealthy Qin capital of Zhongdu.
That's a cheer for me. Cheer at how I burnt down all of your towns. We did it with such style. I'm getting applauded by this one at the back over here. But that's going to do it. I'm going to learn about the Great Wall of China and horses. And then I'll be back for the next episode. Hopefully you'll join me for that, and I shall see you then.